I'd still feel for you. And even if the sun refused to shine, even if romance ran out of rhyme, you would still have my heart until the end of time. You're all I need, my love, my Valentine. All of my life I have been waiting for all you did to me. You opened my eyes and showed me how to love unselfishly. I've dreamed of this 1,000 times before, but in my dreams I couldn't love you more. I will give you my heart until the end of time. You're all I need, my love, my even if romance ran out of rhyme, I would give you my heart until the end of time. 'Cause all I need is you, my Valentine. Whoa, you're all I need, my love, my Hey everyone, it's Cheyenne, and that was my Valentine. I guess originally performed by Jim Brickman. However, I originally heard it by Martina McBride, and so that's the person who I'm going to give the rights to down below. If you haven't heard the original, definitely go listen to it. The reason it took me so long, because I actually got home around 6:20ish, and I got finished at 6:30ish, and now it's at 6:47. Is because I had to keep redoing it, because this is one of those songs that anything more than a very minuscule error, I felt like I had to redo it, because the song is so important to me. The song was a big part of my growing up, especially in 7th and 8th grade, when I was on this website known as Immortal Night. Now, it was I'm probably going to say this wrong, because I used to know how to say it right, and then I died. It was an MMORPG game. I think I said that right. RPG game. MMORPG. That's what it is. Okay, there we go. I knew I was going to say it wrong. Not GP. What am I talking about? Anyways. So, I mean, you could go on there, you create a character, and you decide whether or not you were a vampire or werewolf. And that was that. You created that character and you played that character. Now, you could choose to go on and actually message people and tell them your real age and your real name and everything. And some people did that. I did not, because I was young, one, and I didn't know at the time, because they don't tell you when you were signing up. They didn't tell you that you're supposed to be 18 or older to play on that website. They only tell you afterwards, if you go into the rules of everything. They don't even tell you in the terms, from what I knew of back then. And so I signed up as young as I was, but I kind of knew. I was just in that phase where I kind of wanted to break some rules. And this is a song that I listened to a lot back then, and it just brings back memories of some of the people that I talked to on there, and there are 3 in particular that I can remember. And I'm going to talk about 2 of them mainly, but I'm also going to talk about the one person who I messaged the most on there was known as Vlad. and I haven't been on there in years. I don't know if he is still. But I remember talking to Vlad a lot because I ended up becoming really, really good friends with Vlad as the character that I was and as his character that he was. And it was really cool and really awesome that happened. And, you know, after a while I stopped getting on, and then I would kind of get on every now and then I didn't get on at all. And I still kind of visit the page sometimes because my account is still up, but I never really play anymore. But, Vlad was a really good friend. Anyways, the other thing I would do is go on to online chat rooms. Now, the online chat rooms were for everyone. Everyone could go on there. They each had a name, and that was kind of like the setting. And the one that I went to the most, and the one that I had a lot of fun in, and that I met a lot of people that became my friends on the website in, that I don't really talk to anymore because we never knew each other, was the Moonlit Pub. And so the first person I'm going to explain is Red. Now, Red was the character's nickname, and I can't quite remember why we called her that. I think it was somewhere in her username. And so Red and I became friends on the online chat, and we sort of created our own little group, and our group became the protectors of the Moonlit Pub. And we were protecting the Moonlit Pub from Nero, who was my kind of arch nemesis on there. I was the leader of my group. And Nero had a couple people who came with him sometimes, but normally he was by himself, and he was like this really badass dude. And I was the badass person of my group, of course. And with Red, I went... Okay, I'm going to explain this as if I were the character. With Red, I went into these battles, and we fought bad guys, and it was the coolest thing ever. And we'd come back as sunset was going up, and I remember there was one night, I stayed up all night with Red and the rest of our group, and we had saved the Moonlit Pub from this huge war. It was the coolest thing ever, and by the end of it, it was like 5 o'clock in the morning. I hadn't gone to bed. None of us had. We stayed up all night fighting this war, and we were all just like, well, We've won the war. What should we do now? And I was just like, I'm gonna go drink some coffee. And, you know, we were kind of all being honest about what we were actually going to do now that that was all done. And so a lot of them said that they were going to bed, and Red and I were like, oh, we're just gonna go drink some coffee and kind of get off of here and go actually do something. And so that's what ended up happening. And then there were other wars that we fought against Nero, and Nero was kind of like the enemy of all of us at first, but as Red kind of stopped getting on, and it was just me and Nero, we became like arch nemesis. And I just remember so many battles against him, and we'd both just be so sarcastic to each other, and, well, this is what you can do, this is what you can't do, and blah, 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 this, and, you know, he would kill me so many times, and then I'd come back because I'm a vampire, and I rock, and I'm just, like, badass. But he was badass, too, because he couldn't die either. So we spent so many times just fighting, and of course, I won every time. Of course. Actually, no, I think there was once that I lost, and I came back, and I kicked his ass, and I won. But, I remember by the end of it, his character had a little family group started, and we ended up being pretty good friends, too, by the end of it. We were just like, yeah, we had some good times. Do you remember those battles? Yeah, those were great. And, I mean, that was the end of it. I mean, that was around the time when I stopped getting on as much, and I was starting to kind of ease off of that. But listening to the song, it brings back those memories of the battles that I had and the friends that I had on there, and it was just so much fun. Now, of course, I was very young to be doing that, because technically I should not have been on that website. And now I'm old enough to be on that website, but Immortal Night has definitely died down a lot since it first started, and the creators of Immortal Night actually created another website known as Immortal Day, which is the same thing, just a different name, and I don't know how many people are on there. I think I started an account on there, because I was like, hey, why not, and I was going to go get back into it and see if it was any good, but I never ended up doing it. I have an account, but it's just there, just like my old account on Immortal Night. But it's just all the memories I have of all the friends that I had on there and everything. They're still there, and they helped me through that time in my life when I was kind of, you know, I had something to look forward to after school. It wasn't always just homework and sitting alone in my room anymore. It was Flipnote Hatena and Immortal Night. And it was adventures. And I always loved adventures, and the fact that I could immerse myself into a story like that, it was the most amazing thing. And of course, I'm not saying that you guys should go on and go and do that. If you are underage, I can't stop you from doing it. I can say it's not a good idea. It's definitely dangerous. What I did was dangerous. Because there is still a chance that someone could find out your age and such, and they could be a pedophile and such. I am saying, however, that if you do decide to do that, be careful. Don't give out your real name. Don't give out your real age. This is, that's very, very, a very bad idea, especially if you are underage. But, they're just good memories of mine, and I think that if I had to go back and do it all again, I definitely would. And being able to have that adventure in my life, even though it was a fictional adventure and everything, I can go back and think of it as, hey, that was my adventure. It was fun, and I want to go and do it again, you know? I want to be an actual hero and such. So, yeah. Now you guys know a little bit more about me. I broke the rules once. Don't break the rules, kids. It's not a good idea. But, I mean, it was a lot of fun. Anyways, I really hope you guys liked it. If you did, please make sure to like, comment, and subscribe down below. And if you didn't, please make sure to comment and tell me why. If you want to hear more stories about Nero or Red, I could try and remember more and tell you guys more about some of the battles that we had. And just also let me know down below. And yeah, I think that's it. Alright, I love you guys so much. Stay you. Believe in yourselves, because you guys are absolutely amazing. Don't forget it. Don't forget to dance today. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you later. By the way, there is a shout out to someone down below because they wanted to do shout outs for each other, so I don't want to risk pronouncing the name wrong. So their channel is down linked below, or their channel name will be down below, and it looks like they do a lot of cool videos, so go ahead and check it out. I'm actually looking at their channel right now. So, yeah, that's pretty much it. Like I said, it'll be linked down below. I love you guys so much, and I will see you all later.